Namaste children, how are you? I hope you are fine at home. I hope everybody is watching video and writing the homework. Very good children. Now, today's class we are studying about North America. In the previous class you studied about location, extension and physical setting of North America. In that we have learned two physical divisions, right? Which are the two? One is the Western Cordilleras and the Great Central Plains. Third one is, the third physical division of North America is the Appalachian Highland. This highland is known as Appalachian Highland. The Appalachian Mountains are old folded mountains you can see in the Alaska range. Next, fourth one is the coastal plain. North America is, you can see it has the longest coastline. Full it is surrounded with the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean and Atlantic Ocean, right? That is why here longest coastlines. Here their average height in the above the sea level is only 150 meter. Only that much level in the sea level. Here the Appalachian Highland is old folded mountains. They are very rich in coal, lead, zinc, iron ore and copper. They are, America is very rich in natural resources. In this area abundant natural resources are available. The coastal plain also very helpful for North America. Next one, river system. India has, already India has a largest rivers are there. Likewise in North America also many rivers are flowing. Some are short flowing, some are long flowing. So in this important rivers of North America are Mississippi, Missouri, River Red, Ohio, the Snake, Yucano, Colorado and St. Lawrence. Many other small rivers also flowing in North America. Next one is the lakes. Lakes is a stagnant water. These are also water bodies. Lakes, rivers are water bodies. Lakes, which are the famous lakes in North America? Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie and Superior. The Lake Superior is the largest lake in North America. That is a freshwater lake. That is a freshwater lake in North America. Next one, which are the major crops? Agriculture is the main in North America. India is a main occupation of Agriculture is a main occupation. Am I right? Most of the people are depend upon agriculture in India. Likewise, in North America also, only 10% of the people are engaged in agriculture. Only 1/10 of the land is using for the agriculture. But still, North America is one of the developed country. India, 65% people are engaged in the agriculture. Still we are in the developing stage because of the technology, good climate, abundance of natural resources, good transport system. All these are helpful in North America. Next, which are the major crops? Major crop is wheat. What is a major crop in India? Rice. Am I right? But here major crops of North America is wheat. Then maize, corn you are using, no? That is only they are using for the animals in America. Okay? Not eating that is not a staple food. That is only they are feeding for the animals, especially pigs and other animals. Barley. Even the oats also they are using for the animals. Here we are eating, but in America they are using the oats. They are growing oats, potato, tobacco, cotton, sugarcane, coffee, cocoa. These are the major crops in North America. Here the sugarcane is very famous. They are growing the sugarcane. They are growing some belts. They are growing only some area. Only it is located only for the some crops like wheat. Some area is only they are growing crops. Which crops? Wheat. Some area they are growing only oats. Some area they are growing only tobacco. So they are called as a belts. Some regions they are growing some crops, that is crops belt. So Cuba is a largely producer of sugar. So it is known as a sugar bowl in world. Sugar bowl, Cuba. And California, they are growing 90% of the wine, because the wine they are they have taken from grapes. So that is called wine country. California is known as wine country, and these all the crops they are exporting to the different countries. Next, vegetation, climate. What type of climate you can see in North America? Moderate climate. Here North America, you can see the most part of the North America is cold in the winter and warm in the summer. Moderate climate you can see in so that climate is suitable for development of all the sectors. Climate is very moderate, means not too cold, not too hot. But in India, what type of climate you can see? The tropical. So it means very hot type of climate you can see in India. Now, what type of vegetation you can see in North America? Vegetation means the plants and animals in a particular area is called vegetation. So what kinds of vegetation you can see in India, in North America? Same vegetation you can see in India also. Same kind of vegetation you can see in the India also. Same type of vegetation you can see in the America. One is a tundra vegetation, very hot place, only lichens and mosses are growing. Next, coniferous forest. Coniferous means sharp leaves. You can oak, etc. Next, deciduous forest. Deciduous forest means the trees shed their leaves in summer season. That is called deciduous forest. This type of forest you can see in South Canada also. Grassland. In India no grassland, such grassland. But in North America there is a famous grassland that is called prairies. Prairies grassland is one of the 90% of the North America is dominated by the prairies grassland. So it is suitable for wheat growing, that is known as wheat bowl. Next one is a mixed forest. Next, last one is a tropical forest. In this, only in the dry area, these forests you can see. So these type of vegetation you can see in the North America. North America is blessed with abundant natural resources. Very large amount of natural resources are available in North America. One is the variety of soils. It is helpful for growing the crops. Extensive grassland. It is also very helpful for rearing the animals. Minerals are available for the industries. Power resources for the industries and forest wealth. These natural resources are abundant available in the North America. That is why it is one of the developed nation. Now, gold is a first mineral mine in North America. That is why the Europeans came to North America. So gold is the first mineral mined in North America. Later in that lot of gold mine deposits were there. That is why Europeans they have came and they have took the gold. Next, iron ore. High grade iron ore is available in the Canadian Shield. Iron ore also, abundant iron ore is available in North America. Mexico is world major producer of silver. That is also one of the main minerals of North America, especially in Mexico. Next, USA is one of the famous country. United States of America is the leading producer of copper. Good quality of copper is available in USA. Next, North America is large producer of high grade cooking oil. North America is large deposit of cooking coal, kallidal is available. Next, USA is the world's largest coal exporter. They export fruit to the different countries. Which one? USA, America. And not only that, they are major producer of the petroleum also. They are not exporting, but they are the major producer of petroleum. And one more is they are world famous in the nuclear power. America is famous for what and all? Famous for coal export, petroleum, and which one? Nuclear power. These are the major minerals are available. Among the countries of North America, USA, Canada and Mexico are highly industrialized. Why? Because one is the availability of natural resources. Already we learned availability of natural resources, soil, good soil, natural resources, good forest wealth, all these things. Next one, availability of power, good power system in North America. Transport system, good, excellent transport system. Modern technology and industrial policy of USA. These are helpful for the development of industry in North America. Now let us see. One is a lot of development in iron ore industry, because in that abundant iron ore is available, good quality of iron ore is available. That is why they can learn the iron ore industries. Next one, the city of Pittsburgh is called Steel City. This is called, which one? Pittsburgh is called Steel City because it's a famous for iron ore industries. Next, iron ore basic industry, it helps to the other industry. Main is the iron ore industry. It helps to grow other industries such as automobile industry, shipbuilding and locomotives, heavy engineering and aircrafts. The iron ore industry helps to grow other industry also, because here main thing is iron ore. So it is abundant, is available in North America, so no problem. Next one, wood. You can see the different kind of forest, that the forest is supply the wood for different purpose. Now which purpose they are using the wood? Wood, pulp, paper, pulp in tirulu olagina. Paper and newsprint are produced in, especially in USA and Canada. Wood forest resources are abundant in North America, so it supplies wood, pulp, paper and newsprints. And soft wood is used. Some woods are very soft, no? These wood are used for making the paper. Even India also we are using bamboo trees and sugar cane. From that we are taking the papers. So even in the North America also they are using the soft wood, using for making the paper, pulp and cardboard, etc. and other purpose. Next, pulp, tirulu, is used for synthetic fiber. It is now famous, from where we get it, do you know children? In North America we get from the pulp. Canada is one of the top exporter of the paper, pulp and newsprint. Canada is the top exporter of the paper, pulp and newsprint. Next, lumbering. Lumbering is highly main job in North America. Lumbering means what you know? Mara kadiyudu. Lumbering is highly organized job and people are engaged in lumbering of North America. So they are called as a lumberjacks. They are called as a lumber because they are engaged in what? Lumbering. Lumbering means mara kadiyudu. Next, many chemical industries are there. Chemical industries are produce a variety of synthetic fiber, plastic, fertilizer and medicine. Chemical industries are produce synthetic fiber, plastic and fertilizer, medicine. Plastic is prepared in all part of USA. Plastic is replaced by wood. Next, Chicago is famous for plastic industry. Chicago is famous. When you have remembered, yes. Meat packing, that is also one of the most famous industry in North America. Meat packing, ಮಾಂಸವನ್ನು ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸೋದು. Meat packing, that is a main industry in North America, especially Chicago and St. Louis. In that you can see the meat packing industry. Next, they are producing electrical and electronic items. They are produced in the large scale and they are exporting to the different countries. Many industrial products, machines and machineries, they are export to the different part of the country, especially from USA and Canada. Clear? From USA and Canada. Next, small countries, they do not have power resources and they do not have adequate natural resources. So, they are very poor in the industries. Now, let me see the population. What type of population you can see? Most of the Americans are the descendants of European Americans. Descendant means the native, our ancestors. Most of them speak Spanish language and English and French language. Okay. Next, density of population is highly in Mexico. Density population means the population living in the 1 square kilometer. In India, the density of population is 399. In China, 407. But in America, very less. Only some part of the America, densely population you can see. In some other part, very less population. Totally compared to India, very less population. So, in the only density population you can see in Mexico and Central Asia. You have observed North America very well. You have seen the location, extension, physical features, industries, minerals, population, etc. Now, let you watch one video related to the North America.
USA and Canada produce a great variety and quantity of iron and steel, machinery, aircraft and automobiles, as well as electrical and chemical products. These are known as mineral-based industries, since minerals provide the raw material in this case. USA and Canada also produce a great variety of paper, textiles and farm products. These are known as agro-based industries, since they depend on agriculture to supply the raw materials. Mexico is a developing country and has a large number of industries. The countries of Central America are not as industrially developed. This is mainly because most of these countries are small and do not have enough resources and raw materials. The northeastern part of North America has a high concentration of industries and also includes regions in Canada. It is because this region has large mineral deposits, especially coal and iron, and a good network of roads, railways and canals. 3 large industrial belts are seen in North America. The first one is the Mid-Atlantic region, which includes Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore belt. In Canada, it includes Montreal, Ottawa and Quebec City. The main industries are paper, textiles, machinery, engineering, chemical and pharmaceuticals. The Great Lakes region includes the major industrial cities in the US such as Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland and Buffalo. Detroit is the biggest automobile manufacturing region, whereas Chicago is the largest meat packing center. In Canada, it includes Windsor, Hamilton and Toronto. The Pittsburgh, Cleveland region is close to the coal fields and it can obtain its iron ore and other raw materials cheaply via the Great Lakes. Pittsburgh known as the steel capital, is the largest steel producing center in the US. Akron is the largest rubber manufacturing center in the world. Smaller regions like St. Louis and Kansas City in the US, Winnipeg and Edmonton in Canada in the central part, New Orleans and Houston in the Mississippi Basin and the Pacific Coast, San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Diego and Seattle in the US, and Vancouver in Canada also have manufacturing industries. Let us now look at the major industries in North America. Iron ore and coal are found close together, not only in the Great Lakes region, but also in the Rockies as well as the Central Plains. Coal is an important ingredient in the refining of iron ore, as well as in the manufacture of steel. Some of the important centers of the iron ore and steel industry are Pittsburgh and Chicago in the Great Lakes region, Birmingham in the south, and Hamilton in Canada. Industries that require a lot of power, raw materials, huge investments, and large transport costs are called heavy engineering industries. USA is the largest producer of automobiles, trucks, wagons, and other kinds of motor vehicles in the world. The important centers are Detroit, Chicago, Buffalo, Indianapolis, Los Angeles, and St. Louis in USA. Windsor is an important center in Canada. USA is the world's leading maker of aeroplanes. The important centers are Seattle, Los Angeles, San Diego, Baltimore, and Atlanta. Shipbuilding yards are located along the Atlantic coast in New York and Delaware in USA. Rails and railway wagons are manufactured at many other centers, Philadelphia and Chicago being the important ones. Modern farm equipment and construction machinery, such as tractors, harvesters, bulldozers, are manufactured in Canada and the United States in large numbers. About half of the world's wood pulp and newsprint is produced by North America. Canada is the largest producer and exporter of all kinds of paper in the world. There are certain geographical factors that make this possible. Firstly, North America has a large area covered by the taiga forest that yields soft wood. Plus, the winters are cold and long, while the trees are cut down during this season. Logs are easily moved over the snow-laden ground and piled on the frozen rivers. When the ice melts in spring, the logs float down to the paper mills along the rivers. The textile industry is also an important industry in this continent. The United States is the largest producer of cotton textiles. The humid climate along the east coast is favorable for spinning of cotton yarn. The woolen textile industry is also located in the same areas as the cotton textiles industry. North America is the second largest producer of synthetic fibers, second only to Japan. Rayon and other synthetic fibers are made from cellulose, obtained from wood pulp, of which North America has in plenty. The meat packing industry is an important industry in Canada and USA, where cattle rearing is done on a large scale in the prairies. Chicago, Kansas City, St. Louis in the United States, and Calgary and Winnipeg in Canada are some of the important meat packing centers. North America produces a variety of agricultural and manufactured goods. USA is a leading nation in international trade and exports a variety of finished goods like machinery, cars, aeroplanes, iron and steel, and raw materials like coal and petroleum. Canada and USA also export agricultural products like wheat, tobacco and soybeans. Cuba, Haiti and Jamaica export sugar. Central American countries export banana and timber. Most of the exports go to West European countries and Japan. North America mostly imports raw materials for its industry and some agricultural products. Coffee is imported from Brazil, rubber and tin from Malaysia. Some manufactured products like electronics equipment are imported from Japan, the UK and Germany. North America has one of the best transport systems in the world. Canada and USA have a good network of roads which connect all the important cities. Long-distance roads connecting distant places are called highways. Highways are broad and allow fast, uninterrupted movement of vehicles. Railways are the quickest and cheapest means of transporting bulky goods over long distances. USA has the longest length of railway lines in the world. There are several lines that connect the East Coast to the West Coast. Chicago has the biggest railway yard in the world. It is an important railway junction. The Canadian Pacific Railway is 5,600 kilometers long and connects Halifax on the East Coast to Vancouver on the West Coast. The Canadian National Highway follows a northern route and connects Halifax on the East Coast to Prince Rupert on the west. The Great Lakes and the St. Lawrence Waterway is the most important and busiest waterway in North America. The Mississippi River system also serves as a great inland waterway. Most of the goods, especially if they have to be carried over long distances, are carried by ships. Coastal shipping and transoceanic shipping is the cheapest but slowest means of transportation.
Children, have a nice day.